Welcome viewers to the Computer Class YouTube channel. So in today's video we will be knowing fully about loops in Java and its iterative functions and all. And so if you have not subscribed our YouTube channel yet, please make sure that you have hit the red subscribe button and also drop a like and comment if you enjoy this video. We will be knowing all about this loops and all in Java, and from tomorrow and from the next video onwards we will be starting up with outputs, some difficult outputs which may come in the ICSE examinations and is important for you all. So without any further delays, let's start our today's session. So what are iterations? Iteration means repeated execution of a set of statements. This can be achieved by using loop. So iteration means repetition of a same block of statement or the same statements multiple times within a program area. So what are the benefits of using iterations or the loops? That we do not have to write a statement multiple times. Instead, we can write it once and can repeat it multiple times by using loops. Different kind of loops like for loop, while loop, do while loop, anything. By using these loops, we can run a simple statement multiple times within a program. Okay, and so it makes our work very easy. And if we think that we can write all code, yes, we can write, but it will make the program very long and it make it also complex too. So without getting any much complex situation, we can use loops so that we do not have to write such big programs and codes. And using loops, we can just print the statements or the lines easily using one line or two lines, instead writing it like 10 lines or 11 lines like that. Okay, so based on the flow of control, there are two types of loop basically: entry control loop and exit control loop. In Java, there are two entry control loop, for loop and while loop, and one exit control loop, that is the do while loop. We will be knowing their syntax and examples all. Okay, so first of all, what is entry control loop? A loop construct in which the condition is checked in the beginning. If the condition is true, the control is allowed to enter the loop, otherwise it is denied. So in entry control loop, the first of all, they check the condition. If the condition is true, they allow access to the control within the loop state, within the loop block. And if the condition is false, then they do not allow the control to enter the loop body. Okay, and they terminate the loop from the first of all. Okay, so here are the two flowcharts showing the iterative showing the for loop and the while loop respectively in the both two flowchart. Okay, so first of all, we have taken a control variable and initialized it with 1. A control variable is one that works throughout the whole loop body, giving and working as the main variable with which we can check the conditions given and which updates at a regular interval. Okay, and if not updated at a regular interval, then there must be a break statement and all to terminate the loop, otherwise it will become an infinite loop. Okay, so first of all, we have initialized the control variable with 1, a equals 1, and then with it comes to the loop body, and in a decision making box we have written is a less than equals 10. Okay, so if 1 less than equals 10, which is true, it enters the body and printing a, and then it is updated. After updation, a is returned within the first, where the condition checking box starts, where it is again checked, and here after the updation 1 becomes 2 by increment of 1, and so it checks is 2 less than equals 10. If it is true, then it again allow the control into the loop body, and if it is exceeding the limit, then it restricts the control body and control flow and moves it to the no part where it is written stop. Okay, तो पहले क्या करते हैं ये लोग कि ए को इनिशियलाइज करते हैं 1 से, फिर उसके अंदर आता है इज ए लेस देन इक्वल्स 10, 1 लेस देन इक्वल्स 10 है क्या, हाँ है, तो वो प्रिंट करता है 1, और प्रिंट करने के बाद वो अपडेट कर देता है। तो ऐसे करते करते वो चलता रहता है, और जैसे ही वो 10th में आता है तो उसे क्या चेकिंग मिलता है कि इस 10 लेस देन इक्वल्स 10 जो कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई करता है, तो वो 10 को प्रिंट करता है, और उसके बाद 10 को एक अपडेट कर मतलब 11 बनाकर फिर से वो पहले चला जाता है वहाँ जहाँ से चेकिंग शुरू हुआ था। तो वहाँ जाकर वो चेक करता है कि हाँ यहाँ पर क्या 11 लेस देन इक्वल्स 10 है, नहीं है, तो वो राइट साइड मूव करता जा रहा है जहाँ पर लिखा है कि स्टॉप। ठीक, तो इसी तरह हमारा वाइल लूप है, पहले initialization of the control variable and then in the condition box, if the condition is true, then the statements are executed, and after updation it is again moved to the decision making box, and if the condition given is giving an boolean output of false, then the loops terminate. Okay, so next move to the exit control loop. This is another type of looping construct in which the condition is checked at the exit point of the loop. The control will repeat the next iteration depending upon the condition is true or false respectively. So in exit control loop, the condition which is given to the body is checked at last after the execution of the block, and here is the flow chart. After taking the after initialization of the control variable, the statements are executed by the compiler or the interpreter which of it, and then the condition is checked. If the condition satisfied true, then again it moves to the part where the statements are continued, and if it is false, then the loop is terminated. Okay, so next we move to the syntax of for loop. So for inside a first bracket it is written control variable with initial value, okay, and after a semicolon its condition, and after a semicolon its updation, and after that inside the curly braces we give the statements. Okay, so inside for loop the first that comes is the initialization and the initialization of the control variable, okay, and then we give a condition to the loop, and then we update it. So for an example, we take int a equals 1, where we did the initial values and initialization of our control variable with 1, and then gives a condition of a less than equals 5, and then update it by 1 at a regular interval. Okay, so and inside the curly braces we have written system.out.print a and \n, which will create a new line after printing a. Okay, so how it works? So first of all it starts with a equals 1 less than equals 5, so it prints 1, and then it creates a new line, and again it moves to the update part where it is increased by 1, and after increased by 1 it again moves to the decision making box, and here the decision making box is a less than equals 5. So after the update 1 becomes 2 and 2, and here it checks 2 less than equals 5, yes, so it prints 2, breaks a line, again prints 3, breaks a line, again prints 4, breaks a line, and when it comes 5, after printing 5 it goes to the update part where it becomes 6, and then comes to the condition part where it is written 6 less than equals 5, 6 less than not equals 5, so it breaks the condition here, and thus the loop is terminated. Okay, so next comes with the while loop syntax. So for while loop syntax, before we start the loop we have to initialize our control variable first. Okay, so and then by using the keyword while inside the first bracket we have to give a condition, and then we runs the statement block and inside the curly braces, and at the last we have to update our variable by anything, by using a step counter or what you can update your value. Okay, so for example here we have taken an where we have initialized our control variable with 1, and inside the while keyword we have written a condition I less than equals 5, and print I plus \n, which will create a new line, and then after printing it we have updated here I plus plus, that is I equals I plus 1, which will be updated by 1 at a regular interval. So after I equals 1 initialized, it enters the loop while I less than equals 5, yes, so 1 less than equals 5, it print once and breaks a line, and it updated by 1, so 1 plus 1 becomes 2, and so it moves again to the condition part where 2 less than equals 5, and it prints the I, which is 2, and makes a new line, and again it is updated by 1, makes 3, and again it moves to the condition checking box where it satisfies the condition and print 3 and makes a new line. So after doing this, when it comes to the 5, it prints 5 and makes a new line, and then it is updated by 1, that is 5 plus 1, which will be making 6, and then it comes to the decision making box, and where the condition does not satisfy as 6 not less than equals 5, and so the loop is terminated here also. So here is the output, you can say 1 2 3 4 5 5 elements in different 5 lines. Okay, so next comes do while loop. So in the syntax of the do while loop is very simple. So first of all, like in while loop we have to take here initialization of the control variable, and inside using keyword do we have and curly braces we have to write down our statements inside that block. Okay, and at last, after closing the curly braces, we have to give the condition in the, and so after the updation in the do part, we have to uh, give the condition at the last, that is while inside the first bracket we have to give the condition. So in do while loop, which is an exit control loop, we can see that we are giving the condition at the last before the control have entered the whole passage and executed the program once, and then it checks the condition is true or not. If the condition is true, then the program block is executed once again, and if not, it is terminated. So in do while loop, unlike in follow or while loop, this loop carries out its program statements once even if the condition is not satisfying, and in others that if the condition is false, the loop will not work only. So here we understand it with another example where we have initialized our control variable capital A equals 1, and using the keyword do and a curly braces we have written the block statement. We have created the block where we write down our statements, that system.out.print a plus backslash n, which will create a new line, and after that we have updated it, and then we have given our condition while a less than equals 5. Okay, so first of all, it enter after initializing a equals 1, it goes under the do part, do block. Okay, so where it prints a and then update it by 1, and then it checks into the while condition that if 1 less than equals 5, which will satisfy the condition, and move to the do block again, and again print a and again update it by 1, and this continues. And at the sixth block, at the fifth step, we can see that it prints a which is equals to 5, and then updating it by 1, it makes 6, and it gets into the while loop. It is into the while loop, I am saying, sorry for that. It gets into the condition checking box where it does not satisfy the condition and terminates it. Okay, so here is the output again. It is the same output as of earlier, 1 2 3 4 5 in 5 different lines. So we see here that how we can use these loops to make a block, to print a statement more easy way without any complex type, and moreover we have to use more lines. We have not to use more lines. Okay, so suppose we have to print that same, that 1 to 5 in 5 different lines. So for that we have to write 5 lines of code. Okay, and in for loop we are writing it within two lines of code. So it makes a lot of sense using loops. So next we move to the some different terms in loops. So first of all, it comes the finite loop. When the statement runs for a fixed number of times, then the iteration is called a finite loop. In this type of structure, all the parameters, initial value, test condition and update are well defined. Okay, and it can be furtherized categorized into the two, that is continuous loop and the step loop. In the continuous loop, each updation part, it is updated, the control variable is updated by 1, and in the step loop it is updated by a given value like 2 3 anything you want. Okay, so what is a finite loop? A finite loop runs for a finite number of terms. Okay, and what is an infinite loop? It is completely different. That is a loop that repeats for infinite number of iterations and is known as infinite loop, which is also known as endless loop. Okay, so what is a finite loop? A finite loop repeats for a fixed number of times, and then infinite loops run for an undefined number of times. Okay, and then it comes the null loop, the loop in which the body part is missing, that is no statement is given inside the block or the body. It is called empty loop. In other words, it is a loop that contains null statement. मतलब उस ब्लॉक के अंदर कुछ होता ही नहीं है, वो एकदम null statement है. Basically it is used in long programs to consume time. Okay, to give an output using some delaying it. It is also known as the delay loop. Okay, many times it comes in exam that what is delay loop. So delay loop and the empty loops are same. Okay, and next it comes that the figure of the three figures, that is for finite loop, infinite loop and null loop. So first of all, it is null loop where every statement, that is initialization, condition and the updation part is well defined, you can check. And in the infinite loop there is no condition given. in for loop. There is no updation, even no condition 2 and no initialization. In while loop also, that is our right hand side, which is given in the infinite loop part in the figure 4, we can see that only a condition is given, that is true. Okay, so giving a condition, like giving the black condition or giving a condition as 2 is nearly both same, and inside that it is given nothing, no updation and all, so it will run up to infinite number of times. And then it comes the null loop, where we can see that after